Pre-season action continues at iceSheffield with the visit of Swedish side Timrå, newly promoted to the SHL. Injuries have already hit the Steelers lineup, with Mark Matheson, Matt Rupert and Robert Dowd not icing. Chris Lawrence has finally made it across the Atlantic, but his kit hasn't. He won't play tonight, but he may be available for Sunday. Thankfully, Milton Keynes don't have games this weekend, so the Steelers have been able to call on the services of Cole Shudra before he heads south on his season-long loan. So a slightly tougher challenge this weekend than last year for the Steelers. There's an opportunity here, moving in. Whistle makes the kick save. Danger's still not over, but the kick save to deny Berglund was Whistle's best so far. Still danger on for the Steelers. Penalty coming in, called by the referee behind the play. Play is still live because it's still with Timrå. Steelers can't get a touch onto it, and there's going to be a shooting chance here. Whistle makes the save with his glove, and then it's palmed out of midair.
A good wrist shot coming through here. Whistle's right top of the crease where he wants to be, and he's right on top of that the whole time with his glove.
This time of year, there's players that haven't found themselves a club yet. You might be able to pick up in an emergency, but it's a little bit harder to add to the roster. Shot is well charged down. 50 seconds left for Timrå's power play. Boyce down low behind the goal line. Moves it back out. The shot from long range, and that went in. Hardegard with the long shot that beat Whistle, and it puts the visitors on top.
Yeah, it looks like it's a one-timer coming back through here. They set it up well. You can see just goes through and just skips. Not sure if it got a deflection out in front, but that's in and out. Whistle's not sure what's happened there, whether it's an interference. He's looking like did it go through the crease, and I think that's exactly what the Sheffield guys are looking for. As Whistle comes through and says, was there contact to the top of the head or not? But big discussion still going on here in the referee circle.
I've yet to see a goal disallowed after it's been announced.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So obviously if they've called it already through, they've wiped it out, so they have.
Wow.
So they are saying it. So it was strange that you seen Whistle go and go right to the head and turn right to the referee right away. You don't tend to see that reaction unless there is contact. And again, we'll see right here, right there. You can see him right there. You can see his helmet and his move, not to mention his stick gets pulled out of the way as a Timrå forward comes across. Whistle still in his crease as well.
Taken on by Brown. Didn't have any support with him. The physical play has won the puck back for the Steelers. That was a good shoulder from Eberle. But again, he was lacking support. And now moving nicely through a Timrå. And that's a good defensive play by Martinelli, but there's a penalty called behind the play before the intervention of Martinelli, and the Steelers are going to go short-handed here on a slashing minor. It's as though it's going to be McFadden making his way to the box. Indeed it is.
Yeah, you just saw it there. Just a little tug on the elbow there again. Certain little spots on the body that if you get your stick in there, it seems to get caught up, in behind the knee and in the elbow area, the joints. Doesn't take an awful lot to tug a guy back. It gets caught in there, and you can also help it out a little bit as well, but did well to break that little 3-on-2 opportunity up as Timrå start again here, moving the puck around the outside. Sheffield doing a good job.
And they've got the goal early on in the power play. Timrå have the lead, and the referees aren't going to call this one back.
Yeah, it's a nice little walk through the seam here. You can see Sheffield in pretty good position here. Phillips and Delarova in a good spot, but that's just a good little wrist shot coming up through, and I don't think Whistle picks it up quickly. I think he was thinking that's going to go blocker side, and a little bit of a twist of the wrists, and it's up in the top and up over the glove, and it's 1-0 for the visitors.
New signing Rickard Palmberg gets the opening goal of this game at 21-25. It's a 5-on-4 power play goal. So the goal was assisted by Jeremy Boyce and Marcus Hardegard as Whistle makes another save. So the three players who combined for the disallowed goal in the first period mix up the order and combine for the opening goal. Jackson Whistle continues to impress.
Yeah, another good save there. He fights this one off, and then a screen coming through, a quick shot. You can see all the bodies out in front, and Whistle just sees it at the last minute, but again, a nice little push with his right pad, sees the puck coming all the way, and the most important point for me is right there. No rebound spilled out. It's in the glove, and there's no second chance opportunity on that one for a close-in opportunity anyways.
Drugger. Cross to the far side, taking it into the zone is Tornqvist. Save made, rebound comes out, the Steelers deal with it. Buzzio forward, moves the play across, there's an opportunity here and the shot is just off target. Angle was tight for Eberle. Martinelli. McGrath. And that all comes to nothing for the Steelers, although it's good back checking and recovery of the puck by Buzzio. Steelers make a couple of changes as McFadden goes back into the defensive zone. It was during his penalty that the opening goal was scored. Shooter with the shot, and that deflects off a stick. It hit Falk and it went out of play. The Steelers will get the face-off in the offensive zone. The Nottingham game is now 4-4. Plenty of action down at the NIC.
There we see the good opportunity. Nice little heads-up play, catching the third forward coming in.
Pitt. So he goes back to fetch it. And he's trying to skate around Palmberg. Still with Pitt. Now across to Johnson. Steelers don't get the puck out of the zone. It could be costly. Opportunity. They're trying to dangle it past Whistle and they can't manage it.
Davy Phillips unfortunately just gets caught a little bit trying to come out of his own zone and puts the pass up the middle, maybe not seeing the number 22 there of Timrå lurking, and then again tries to do a little bit more, and there you see.
Well, you think that when Chris Lawrence is finally able to take to the ice for the Steelers that he's going to spend a lot of time on the power play in that left circle.
You would have thought he's got a big range to him, so you give the puck 6-8 feet away from him, he's going to get a good opportunity, get a good chance on net.
So during his first spell with the Steelers a few years ago, he scored a couple of power play goals from that position. Won a game in overtime, I believe, against Coventry, and the Steelers are going to get called for too many men here.
Yeah, even the ref's is talking to Tomo, going, "What are you doing? You have a defenseman coming out one door and a forward coming out the other."
Steelers only scored one power play goal last weekend. That came during a 5-on-3. So a lot of the Steelers power play hasn't been successful. In terms of the numbers and the percentages, it hasn't been discouraging for the Steelers the way they have set out and some of the chances they've created.
Well, that's the thing, is that there's no frustration involved. The opportunities are there, the chances have been coming, they've just not been putting them in the back of the net. So again, we said before, it's only frustrating if you're not creating them.
Power play here for Timrå, and they've taken immediate advantage. Back to 5 skaters and swept in at the back door for a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, just a bit of a broken play. Again, stick and feet pass here again. Not much a defenseman can do about that. And I don't think the offside defenseman there sees it coming through. He may have got a piece of it. Whistle's in the right position. It's just a glove just down a little bit on the pad, not higher up. And the Swedish forechecker, the forward on that side on his one-timer, just lifts it high enough with a rolling puck. You can see the water bottle pop, but I don't think it went that far up.
The Olofsson against Owens. Won back by Owens. One-timer Martinelli, save made, rebound chance put wide. It was Shudra who found the puck on his stick, but he couldn't find Twine after the puck came back off Bratstrom. Clear-cut scoring chances for the Steelers have been limited tonight. It might have been the best this period. Another opportunity here, Whistle makes the save, he's deep in his crease and he's made another stop. Again, bodies come together, but there'll be not too much afters.
Whistle good. He tracks the puck really well. He makes himself big, and that puck hits off the chest. And here's the opportunity the other way. Set play off the face-off. Just can't quite get a hold of it. Gets a little deflection as it comes through, and then he just can't quite take it.
Long carry from Olofsson. Doesn't get much further, and the Steelers might get a break out of this. Owens feeds it across. Oh, is he going to trail it? No, it's not quite.
There you see that great little area pass. You can see just puts it out there in between the goalie. Does not know whether he should or shouldn't come out. He does come out at the end, and he's looking behind.
They're playing 4-on-4 in the box for Timrå. Here's Hampus Larsson, his second penalty. Shot in by Delarove, follow up from Whistle, and it's stopped by Brattström. Oh, and it's getting a little nasty out there.
And embellishment penalties, it's announced, but good battle in front of the net. Whistle doing what he can to try and hold his own. As Delarove comes around, gets a shot. Johnson comes in and tries to clear up, and then the Timrå players come into the defense of the netminder as there's a punch there, and Johnson says, no, you don't.
Made some really good contributions in this game. David Phillips dropped off to Buzzio, and the Steelers have got to be careful here because there's only Griffin back as Timrå try and break down the ice with Palmberg. Moving inside, oh, it's come off the post. Beat Whistle, and it's back off the iron.
Yeah, some good work here by the young defenseman, getting in the range, but we'll see the shot come through here. Whistle does just get enough of it. Just pushes it onto the post, a great save. Just enough to push it wide to keep the game at 2, and then Eberle down the other way with both Brown and Shooter doing a good job on the forecheck, getting the opportunity the other way. But again, good opportunities for Sheffield this third period. They've definitely been a lot more lively and more willing to be offensive.
Delarove, good chase. Oh, and an awkward collision as he tried to get to the puck. Slid into Brattström. That certainly wasn't his intent, but he sensed a chance he might be able to get to that puck. He showed good speed.
Yeah, he jumps onto the inside here, and he's actually got the defensive side of the player.
He's with Herdegaard.
Yeah, and he's nothing he can do. That's his total off balance. There's nothing malicious about it, and it's just a slide. And you know, that's the one time that you're happy that the posts do slide off when you see players going into them.
Faceoff does come to the neutral zone, as it should do, following that stoppage. Final few seconds. Have the Steelers got a goal in them. Johnson, shot deflected and off target, and that will do it. The Steelers are shut out again. 2 power play goals for Timrå, enough to win this game, as the teams have a little coming together right at the very end.
Eberle in the middle of it again with a little bit of a late hit, and then the mandatory glove in the face rub for him, but
that'll just spice things up nicely as the Steelers look for a little bit of revenge tomorrow. So the final stat count from today's game, then Timrå win by 2-0. Sheffield Steelers took 16 penalty minutes and went 0 for 5 on the power play. Timrå took 12 penalty minutes and they went 2 for 7. Those 2, the only goals we saw in this game.